how are you doing? Welcome back to Grow with Sabrina. My name is Sabrina Euland and I'm coming to you live from Marbella. As you can see, I'm pretty cold. I'm sat outside. The sun's starting to come out a little bit, but not really. It's cold to be in Spain, especially for me. So today I want to be talking about how your life is like a bow and arrow. Now, this idea I actually got from my fiance. He likes to use this analogy quite a lot, and I think it was quite awesome the way that he explained it. So I want to explain that to you guys today. So how is your life like a bow and arrow? Well, it's like we say, our most difficult times can give us the best results. Our most difficult times is where we grow the most. Our most difficult and challenging times is where we learn the most powerful lessons, is how we become who we are. But the way that he likes to explain it is life pulls you back, but if you keep your focus on where you need to go, eventually it'll let you go and you'll shoot straight towards that. But then, a very great way of explaining it, if you lose that focus, oh my god, this light is horrible, excuse me, that helps a little bit. If you lose that focus, then you'll shoot off to whatever direction your focus has been lost to. So if you're thinking of your life as a bow and arrow, or you're thinking of it as a bungee rope, or if you have a hair bubble, how it snaps back, you have to think about all the challenges bring you down so that you have a higher bounce. All the challenges pull you back so that you can shoot off. But then the most important thing is keeping your focus, keeping your eye on the ball, like we like to say. But what does that mean, and how can you do that? Well, if you look back at one of my lives, I explained how it takes 23 minutes, once you've lost your focus, to get your focus back. So the first thing is to remove all distractions. When you know you need to do something, remove every other distraction that takes you away from what it is that you need to do. Now, the more you do this, the easier it will become, because you'll keep your eye constantly on the ball. You know which direction you are going. If you don't do this, unfortunately, a lot of things will distract you. It'll take you to 23 minutes to get back into it. Another thing will distract you, and it'll take another 23 minutes to get back to it. So then you just keep wasting your time. And what is the most valuable thing we have in life? That is time. So with seeing how life is like a bow and arrow, so the arrow is your focus. The bow is you, and the universe is pulling you back. It's giving you all the difficulties, it's giving you all the challenges, it's giving you all the traumas and everything like that. But if you understand that those things are so that you can literally go towards your goal, then life doesn't need to be so difficult. It doesn't need to be, I don't know, horrible, disgusting, don't want to wake up in the morning. It doesn't need to have that type of energy, because you know that when you go back, or when you go down, if you want to put it that way, like you're shooting upwards, you know that you have to rise. It's the same as like we say with the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel will always turn. If it's too much at the top, that's not good. If it's too much at the bottom, that's not good. Everything that's up must come down. Everything that's down must go up. That's how life is to keep the balance. So if your life is constantly now taking a deep shit, excuse my analogy, but yeah, taking a deep shit, and you know it's just going down and down and further and further and further and further and further until you can't see it anymore. Guess what? You can then choose to bounce back up. You can choose to be let go. Because everything is about your choice. Sometimes we can't choose some of the experiences that we have to experience because we've already said that we want to experience them. Yes, I understand the experiences are hard. Yes, I understand traumas are traumatic. Don't get me wrong, I'm not cold-hearted. But it is there for a reason. You learned something from it. If you didn't, that's why you're still stuck in it. That's why it's become a weakness for you, not a strength. But at the end of the day, with those experiences, with everything we do, you have a choice. You have one choice. You don't have two, you don't have three, you don't have five. You have one. And that choice is, do you want to stay in the shit below where you can't even see anything? Or do you want to bounce up? Because when we experience our lowest lows and we grow from it and we learn from it, that's when you can change your life. That's when you can change basically the world in that sense. Because your world will change. That's when you can implement everything and be successful, because you've made the choice that the lowest of the low isn't your life. It's not going to be your life anymore, because you want to shoot back up. You want to go with the bow and arrow, and you want to go, let go. So with that, what choice are you making? Are you deciding to stay in the shit? Are you deciding that your life is just going to hell? Or are you going to decide right now, today, that you're going to make a different choice? That you're going to actually fight for your full potential? That you're going to fight for what it is that you want in life? But remember, you can't fight for everything on the outside. You can't fight for anything on the outside, basically. You have to fight for your inside. Because once you change, the outside world will change with it. Because your view, your vision changes. If you don't change and you expect everyone around you or the world to get better or easier or more money to come in, that doesn't happen because you haven't grown. You haven't changed. You haven't let go. You haven't let the universe shoot you off. You just constantly go, oh, just pull back a little bit more. Oh, just a little bit more. The universe is going, for God's sakes, what are you doing? And what happens then? When you're saying, oh, I just need a little bit longer. It's giving you more traumas. It's giving you more difficulties. It's basically telling you, please wake up now because your life looks really shit. But you're going, no, I just need a little bit more. Like, I need to feel a little bit worse in order for me to understand that I'm worthy of something. Why do we do this? Because we're so used to the negative. We're so used to living in the shit. We're so used to this being the normal. Isn't it time you change that? Isn't it time that you changed the view, the vision in here so that you can start seeing it here, so that it's created here? Because that's what life is about. It's about experiences. But it's about learning from those experiences, because everything in life is a lesson. One of my biggest mentors, Eric Worre, he always says that he never fails in anything. And the first time I heard this, I was like, yeah, right, everyone fails. But the way that he explains it, he never fails in anything, because if it didn't work out, he learned something. That's what life is. That's all that it is. It isn't a big mystery. It is. You learn something new. Now, you can choose to make that lesson valuable or to make that lesson basically hold you back. You can choose to let your vision rule you so that you succeed, or you can choose to let that vision ruin you so that you fail. Not failing towards success, I mean proper fail. Big fat losers. There is no success in that, because you're setting yourself up for failure, because you're so used to being in the shits. You're so used to being comfortable, being uncomfortable in something that doesn't serve you, that doesn't give you anything. Now, when it comes to business, if you stay here too long, guess what? You believe that the business doesn't work. You find every single outside factor to blame on why you're not successful in your business, because you're here. In order for your business to succeed, you need to make the choice to elevate here. It doesn't need to be up here, because you're not there yet, or even higher. No, it needs to just elevate above the shit, above the trauma, above all the negative experiences, above the limiting beliefs, all those things. But you need to a little bit. Now, I want to remind you, I said this on another live, I think it's like 2 or 3 lives ago. If you haven't listened to my live, if this is your first time, do go back, find the one that really hits you. They all have their titles and some descriptions and stuff like that, and listen to it and take the lessons from it. It will improve your life. If you don't, then you're not ready to improve your life. That is how you know. So with that, let me know in the comments if you have found something to hold you accountable. Because if you haven't, you're just going to ask the universe to keep pulling that back, keep pulling that back, keep pulling that back, keep pulling that back. Guess what then happens? The actual thread, or whatever you want to say, the thing that pulls the arrow, snaps. Now, what does that do? That does so that you can't be snapped out. It does so that you can't bounce forward. because you use your trauma as an excuse. You use your past as an excuse. You use your limiting mindset, your self-sabotage, all those different things. Those negative habits. You use them as an excuse so far that you do not see a way out because your head is stuck in the sand. Let me tell you something. You are not an ostrich. So you should not be sticking your head in the sand. That is not going to get you anywhere. You are not going to learn from it that way because you won't see the lesson. It's like putting a blindfold on and going, oh my God, I'm blind, I'm blind, I'm blind, I'm blind. You're not blind. Just take the blindfold off. You need to make the choice to do something different in your life or stop complaining that your life sucks. Because one of the main things is you need to find what you can to hold yourself accountable so that you don't snap the arrow and break it in half. Because then guess what? Then you have to build an arrow to be able to get snapped back into your focus. That takes a lot of time. That is hard work. That is more work than what you already have to do in life. Because life is about experiences. It is about lessons. It is about learning those lessons. And I will keep repeating this until the day I die. Until you understand that you have lessons to learn within your life. And until you understand that those lessons always, in every single situation, no matter how horrible it's been, has something positive to give you. It always does. I don't care what you've been through. I'm not saying that I don't sympathize, but I don't care what you've been through. It has given you something positive. Maybe it was a year after it happened. Maybe it was 20 years after it happened. Doesn't matter when. It did give you something positive because everything in life has the negative and then the positive comes after. It has the negative and then guess what? The positive comes after. Everything in life has given you something positive. You just need to find out what that lesson is, and that's what life is about. Learning the lessons from the experiences that you have. If you don't learn the lessons, guess what? The universe is going to keep giving you similar, exactly the same horrible experiences because it's going, why is this poor soul not understanding what I'm trying to give them? We ask for life to be easier. How about we ask for more solutions? How about we ask to actually be able to open our eyes? How about you ask for, give me a sign if I'm on the right track? How about you ask for belief in yourself instead of trying to believe that there's a magical reason to why everything is happening? Believe that you are the magical reason why everything is happening because you are the one creating it. You are the God of your own universe. You are the God of your own life. Yes, you have God and universe and Jesus and whatever you want to believe in. That's the spiritual higher power. But you are also your higher power. So you are the God of your universe, of your life. So unless you take responsibility for that and find something to hold you accountable so that you can level up your business, you're going to keep repeating the same mistakes. People that never have success is because they keep doing exactly the same thing that they did in the start, hoping for a different result. That will make you crazy. That will never get you anywhere. You will never succeed in that way. Maybe it will give you one result here and a tiny little bit there. Maybe you get one sale or one customer. You'll never be successful. You'll never get the happiness, the belief in yourself that you're doing something that's worth your time if you keep doing that. So you need to change your mindset around it. You need to understand that your life is like a bow and arrow. But if you keep making excuses, eventually that bow and arrow snaps. And guess what? Then you have to start again. How many times have you already started again? I know I have. A lot. A lot. And I mean a lot. I've made my life so much more difficult than it needs to be. But that's the lesson and that's the path that I had to go through before I woke up. Before I understood, oh, I'm making it overcomplicated. I literally have this, and this to do. And from that, I get the success that I want, that I need, that I value. The success where I can help other people, where I can help you. The success where I can help myself. Because I follow the steps. Because I hold myself accountable. Now, have I fallen off the wagon? 100%. We're human. If you believe that a new positive habit is built within 30 days, you are lying to yourself. It's not even built within 90 days. You get small little pieces of those habits that help you, that hold you accountable. But as soon as you let it go, you're back to exactly the same thing. So I would like to give you an example and an analogy that I've kind of realized lately. You know how they say an alcoholic is always an alcoholic because he can never ever drink again? It's kind of like that with everything in life. You become addicted to self-sabotage. You become addicted to not exercising, addicted to exercising, addicted to eating junk food, addicted to eating only healthy food. Everything in life is some type of addiction. But you have the positive addictions, and then you have the negative addictions. Are they elevating you, or are they limiting you? And that is what you need to look at. Because I can say I'm addicted to not exercising. I have a serious addiction to not want to exercise. Because I do it for a week, and then I fall off. Or I do it for 2 weeks, and then I fall off. Or I do it for 3 months, and then I fall off. So for me, my addiction then is I need something to hold me accountable every single day to keep going. It's the same as any type of addiction. Addiction to cigarettes. You need to hold yourself accountable every single day so that you don't smoke. Same as alcohol. You need to hold yourself accountable every single day so that you don't drink again. Everything in life is addiction, but some of them elevate us and some of them limit us. They reduce our power. But the addiction that elevates us becomes a healthy obsession. Because you can be obsessed with healthy food in a healthy way, and you can be obsessed with healthy food in an unhealthy way. So remember the difference. Even though it's still an addiction, it has to be a healthy obsession. You should be in your business obsessed with your business. Obsessed with what it is that you do in your life. Because if you don't, it is limiting you. It is not elevating you. Because everything that we want to succeed at in life, we have to become obsessed with in one way or another. You have to live and breathe it. It's what I do with personal development, for example. I'm here every single day pouring knowledge into you. Because this is what I live and breathe. This is what I love. This is my obsession. Do I have unhealthy obsessions? Of course, everyone does. Am I learning how to get over those? Tiny step at a time. But you have to understand what is elevating you and what is limiting you. Because understanding that, that's when the universe can shoot you off towards your focus, towards your success. That is when you can use all your failures and hit success. Because you've made the choice. You've decided that you are worthy. You've decided that you are becoming a better person. You've decided that you look up to you, not to everyone else. So if you don't already follow me, then hit that follow button. I'm live every single day at 1 p.m. CET time. I love you guys, and I can't wait to have you back again tomorrow. I appreciate you so much, and hopefully you found some value in this. If you did, then please share. See you tomorrow.